Well, it's happened. It turned out that my Dolicothele diamantinensis, or Brazilian Blue Dwarf Beauty tarantula, my one and only tarantula, has molted out as a male. And you can see there, right in the middle of the screen, that he's hooked out. In other words, his legs have been modified to participate in the mating process. Now, keep in mind that I'm only allowed to have one tarantula. And I raised this tarantula from a 3/4 inch sling. So I was a bit disappointed to find out it was a male, since they don't live very long. But I reached out to Alex of Tarantula Haven, first of all, to confirm that it was a male. And then, second of all, he proposed a trade to me and said, if you send me your male, I'll send you the female. And we were talking about the proper dram vial and so on. And he said, I have a dram vial for the female. I'll send out the female first, and then you can reuse the dram vial, even the box, to ship the male out to me. So even though this video is kind of filmed in reverse order, by boxing up the male and then unboxing the female, we actually did it the other way around. At any rate, since I purchased my tarantula locally and it came in its starter enclosure, before now I had never unboxed or boxed up a tarantula. Now I'm about to do both. So my goal for the moment is to get Grover from this enclosure here into this temporary enclosure. Won't be there long at all, but I won't be able to put the female in here obviously until I've taken him out. And I think I saw him over here. Yep, there he is. Not entirely delighted with me messing with the web, and I'm a bit sad to mess with it because it's some really nice webbing. I'll see if I can just gently get him to crawl over the wall. Notice I have the outer container with paper towels in the corners just to help prevent issues. I've got catch cups here handy, a couple of them. So I've never had Grover have any issues with bolting so far, and I hope to keep it that way. Even when it was a little sling. They can be bolty as slings, I hear, but Grover was not. So now just a little encouragement to go over this way, right into the temporary enclosure. That was very easy. I think I can feel good about that. And now I need to basically take down this enclosure for a couple of reasons, not the least of which being that when I was figuring out that Grover did not want to eat, a couple of naughty superworms got down into the substrate, and that is not cool. And it's been recent, but that is not something I want to persist because superworms can be dangerous. Not as much to an adult tarantula that's not going to molt like a male, but since a female tarantula will continue to molt throughout her life, that could be an issue. I want to eliminate that risk entirely, and that entails removing all of this and starting over, which is a bit sad. I liked the way it looked, but there we are. I want it to be safe. Look at all that webbing. Did a really good job with the web tunnel under there, under the cork bark. Now I have to ruin it all. Kind of sad. Okay, so here is the vial, and I didn't have a vial of exactly the right size, and I asked Alex, okay, where should I get one? And he kindly offered, just said, why don't you do this? Why don't I ship the tarantula out to you, and you can use the same vial. So I gave this vial a rinse out, so it's nice and clean. I'm sure it was clean to begin with. It didn't look like there was any tarantula waste in it or anything, but just to be sure. I don't know if the scent of a male in there would stress the female out if she's in transit, whatever. So I just rinsed it out and then I'm going to follow the instructions that I got from Alex. There's a video. I'll put a link to the video that he sent me that helped me learn how to do this. And then I just watched a couple of other videos on how to do it, 1 or 2 other videos on how to do this, just you know, so I can get it in my brain. His video is super helpful, and then he explained it to me too. So you put the bottom layer in like that, then you get like a Sharpie marker or something, and fold the paper towel in half, and then roll it around it. So there's a little hole in there. Probably do it more around this end, so it's a little bit tighter because they tend to need it tight. And we do that a few more times with some more paper towels. I'm just folding them in half lengthwise, like this. And then winding it around. It's quite a bit different from shipping isopods, which I do all the time. Very, very different sort of feel to it. Because isopods don't have some of the same sensitivities that tarantulas do. Of course, they're arthropods, and they share some of the same things that would bother tarantulas, bother isopods, and vice versa, but there are some others that are quite different. And they're also at a different scale, of course. So let's see, that looks like it might be about where we need it. Let's see if that fits into the vial just fine. I might have actually, would have been better if I'd done that in the vial, maybe. That's okay. Can always do that too, but I'm gonna play with that just a little bit. Make sure that fits in there just fine. Oh yeah, actually that's pretty good right there, I think. Yeah, that looks good. It's nice and snug in there. Give it a little bit of a misting. So any final adjustments that might need to be made? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We're going to put a little cap on it, but before we do that, the trickiest part is getting the tarantula actually to go in there. So let's do that. Okay, so according to Alex's instructions, I prepared this little funnel, DIY funnel. And what I can do, put the cap on, guide the tarantula into here, and then put it like this and allow the tarantula to crawl into the little temporary paper towel burrow. So let's hope this goes well. Okay, I've tried a few things, and the plastic one, he keeps staying in it and is trying to web it up and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to put him in this paper one and see if that makes a difference. Here, let's scoot on into the paper one. See what you think about that. Let's go that way. Yeah, that's a little bit more promising. Success! Success! Yes! If he'll stay in there. Ah!
Oh, where's the lid?
Everything fell. Okay, after a lot of work, we finally got him in here. I'm sorry I couldn't film it all. It's just, that took a lot longer than I thought, and I have to give a shout out to my wife Kelly for doing such an excellent job assisting me despite her discomfort with tarantulas.
It's because I really like you.
And so we did it. I did it with her help. I couldn't have done it without her help, so we made it. We did it.
Good job, us.
Thank you. And here is a picture of Grover arrived at his final destination with Alex at Tarantula Haven. And if he hasn't been paired to a female yet, he is likely to be soon. And thank you again, Alex, for your guidance and help throughout this entire process. And I hope that Grover helps contribute to many beautiful Brazilian Blue Dwarf Beauty slings in your future. All right. And here it is. Arrived just a little bit ago. This is the first actual tarantula unboxing I've ever done, because when I received the mail, it was local, came in an enclosure. I just picked it up, drove to the location, picked it up. So it was quite a bit different than this situation. Having never unboxed a tarantula before, this is kind of fun for me. Okay, very cool. Oh, and Ellie sent some stickers. Fantastic. Very cool. He has a lot of really cool stickers. Ooh, I don't have this one yet. I love it. Thanks, Alex. I really appreciate this whole, everything, this whole process. You've been great. From being the first one who introduced me to Dolicothele diamantinensis to helping me trade out this male, get a female, and then my male Grover can hopefully contribute to the gene pool in the hobby. So here we are. I can feel the vial right there. And I'm going to be using this same vial to pack up the male. So you may have already seen that part in the video, depending on how I end up editing it. But there it goes. And the cryo pack is still solid. Good sign. It means it didn't get too hot along the way. FedEx is really good about keeping this kind of thing climate controlled. So super excited to unbox her. Let's get that situated. Okay, here she is in the vial. Carefully peel off the tape. And there we go. Just set her in there like this, I guess. And maybe change the view so you can see a little better what's going on. How's that? Take off the cap. There she is. She's wiggling. Saw her move. Pretty excited about this. Okay. I'm going to try to take the paper towel out carefully. There we go. So far, so good. And I'm making a mess of the escaping there. Let's see. Maybe I can take the cap off the other end too. That doesn't want to come off. I don't want to make her dizzy or anything. But you can see how small that hole is. They like to be packed up tightly like that. It's safer for them, of course. I've seen this done, but it feels a little bit different to actually do it. I don't think this will be too bad if I do it quite slowly. Don't want to scare her, make her uncomfortable, of course. And I know that she would be quite capable of bolting if she felt the need to do so. So I'm trying to be quite slow and careful. Like I said, this is all new to me. There we go. What a little beauty. All right, let's... I'm sorry, the paper towel caught a little bit, and I didn't want it to do that. There we go. Let's get a closer look. Okay, I moved the lighting just a little bit, and I'm going to try to get everything out of the way there. Get the paper towel out of the way so we can get a look at her. There she is. Fantastic. I think what I'm going to try to do now is maneuver the paper towel so she doesn't have such a straight shot out of the enclosure. Get rid of some of the excess paper toweling. And then maybe we can encourage her to get out off of the paper towel onto the enclosure. Just a very gentle nudge. There she goes. A couple of gentle nudges and she's off. And she's now under the branch there. I'll see if I can get a shot of that with another device so you can see what's going on. Yep, here she is, situated under the branch. She looks beautiful and looks like she's doing well. Thank you again, Alex. Super excited for this, to finally have a female tarantula, and for a few hours I had 2 tarantulas. Not something that's likely to happen again until I get a facility, but that was kind of cool for a few hours. The other one is shipping out this afternoon. So, thank you again, Alex, and thank you all for watching. I post videos every Friday with live streams on Wednesdays, all on aquarium and vivarium pets. Please feel free to share, rate, comment, and if you haven't already,
subscribe.
And then tap the bell for all notifications so you don't miss my next video.